The opportunities are varied, but I think they start with the citizen or the end user of services, and if we can bring together, driven by the national strategy, the combination of technology, the very capable industry that we have around us to support us, and the drive of the Scottish Government and its supporting sectors, then I think we can bring together a win-win situation.
We've seen that Scotland has taken a very collaborative approach to this. So across the ICT industry, we've put aside our competitive differences and we've worked together for the greater good. And we've also seen a real collaborative approach on the side of the Scottish Government and the public sector in wanting to work together with industry to get the best outcomes for Scotland.
We really are at an important point. It's a tipping point, perhaps. We've created the structures, we've created some of the processes, created the mechanisms. Now we need to get on with implementation. And then beyond that point, it's moving forward as quickly as we can, but recognising that there isn't a huge pot of new money to invest in starting all over again in ICT. So reusing, making the best of what's already there in terms of investment, and certainly making sure that where there is new investment, that new investment is shared.
I think we're getting a much more joined up approach. It's refreshing for industry to be engaged in this process right throughout. We can bring experience and best practice from other parts of the world to identify where that would apply in Scotland.
The wider ICT industry will respond very positively. We've had a hand in producing the strategy. We've worked in a very collaborative way. We've participated in workshops, we've provided input, we've provided some insight into how we see the ICT industry shaping over the next few years, and we look forward to working together with public sector in that collaborative way.
Delivery is going to be the big challenge here, so converting the work that's been done now and developing the strategy into something that's very practical is a big issue. I think there's a whole lot of challenges around that. It's getting everybody to join in what is a major change and transformation programme. It's getting the public to understand how it's going to benefit them, and it's very much about making sure that they have the right people, the right leadership, and getting everybody to agree on a definite way forward.
I think success comes in two ways. I think that if we're successful, then we'll be able to reduce costs and make a more successful, a more efficient public sector through the effective use of ICT. And the user should see better services, more services available online, access to different opportunities for them, easier access to information, a more joined up approach to government.
Technology moves very, very fast, so keeping pace with it, whether you're in the private sector or the public sector, is an increasing challenge. I think there are some new trends emerging, particularly around where people work. I think people over the next 10 to 15 years will see people increasingly working from home or from their locality rather than driving into or travelling into work.
It's about pace. It's about how do we make this happen quickly. We now recognise the benefits and the opportunity that's there. How do we actually execute upon that and make it happen?
Clearly there are not only social trends but technology trends, and I think it's really, really important that we don't create for the public sector an infrastructure or a capability that is so static that by the time it's finished it's maybe out of date or slightly out of date. And I think if we look at it from a citizen point of view, from an end user point of view, and work back from there, then we can see the opportunities that exist, whether it's mobile, whether it's sharing of data, whether it's different devices, whether it's very flexible capability, then I think it's really important that we recognise that opportunity is there, but by the time we get there, the need will be there as well.